Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor, and the hype is real. Along with Ash catching Litten, it looks like we're going to get to see Ash and Lily raising a Pokemon egg together based on some new episode titles that we have for the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. So these new scans were revealed on the Japanese Twitter account. They have now been translated a few minutes ago, and so now I'm going to read the new info as well as a summary for the upcoming episode, which I'll get into in a bit. So starting off with December 15th, Pokemon Sun and Moon Anime Episode 7, the title is The Marketplace Wanderer, Nyabi. So just a note before I get to the summary, Nyabi is the Japanese name for Litten, just to clarify that. And then reading the actual summary, quote, Ash has his lunchbox stolen by a Litten. He starts searching for it in order to retrieve the box, end quote. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. This of course is very much reminiscent to what we've seen with all the previews that we've seen up to this point. Of course, that we had that one scene, a pretty hilarious one at that, where like Ash and Pikachu, they're both eating a sandwich, and then Litten appears, tries to take the sandwich, and then when Ash tries to get it back, he ends up getting his whole face scratched out, which was freaking hilarious. And so of course we also had that more of a dark tone scene, where like I guess presumably they're like in the nurse's office, because of course with Ash scratched up in all his bandages and such, we get to see him, Pikachu, and Litten just all there in this kind of like dark area. So presumably that's for that episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm definitely excited. As I mentioned in previous videos, in terms of course Ash's Alola team, we of course do know now that he has Rowlet, which at least in my opinion, I would love him to fully evolve into like Decidueye, and as I mentioned before, kind of something reminiscent to what we had in Diamond and Pearl. Especially since this seems reminiscent, of course, with what we had with Torterra and Infernape. Depending on which starter gets like more focus on, if we do get Litten like fully evolving into a Incineroar, I think that would be awesome, especially in terms of the Z moves, which I'm really excited to see how they're going to animate more of them moving forward in the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. Moving on to the next episode, which presumably I guess is like more of an Alola shipping episode between Ash and Lily, that will be airing on December 22nd, Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode 8. The title is Who's in Charge of the Egg? Pokemon School Principal Oak has told Ash and Lily to raise a Pokemon egg, end quote. So of course with what we've seen with all the posters and even the opening most recently is of course Lily eventually gets an Alola Vulpix, at least based on that. And of course earlier, just I believe it was the first episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Sorry if I'm talking really fast, but just I'm so freaking excited for these episodes. But if you remember in the first episode, we had like one of the main reasons that Ash and his family were kind of going to the Alola region is to kind of give Professor Oak's cousin like the egg that we had, and at least from the color, it seems interesting as to whether or not it'll like change, because of course we do know with Alola forms, and I'm curious how they're going to handle them in terms of like maybe comparing them to previous ones. I think an instance would be really interesting is of course we have Alola Muck in the games. Of course Ash has his own Muck, and so I think it would be pretty cool of him like to reference the fact that he has his own Pokemon. I'm not really sure how the changes go by, especially since also with Team Rocket Heat, with them having a Meowth, I'm really interested to see what's going to be the interaction between Meowth and Alola Meowth sometime in the future. But I'm overall excited for this. The fact that we have Ash and Lily raising a Pokemon egg, presumably this is of course Alola Vulpix. From what we've seen in the poster and such, Lily is definitely getting Alola Vulpix, and definitely this could be towards development or character development for Lily moving forward, especially since now she can't really touch Pokemon. And once again, I'm super excited for tomorrow's episode to see where's that freaking spacesuit to avoid touching the water Pokemon. But I digress. This episode looks really exciting, and I'm definitely interested to see when we're gonna get to see more of it. So that's all for you guys. Of course, tomorrow we get the new episode and we'll have new details. Reading here the final news summary that we have for episode 6, quote, the mall Ash and Sophocles were shopping at suddenly experiences a blackout, and everyone gets separated from their Pokemon. Trouble arrives when Pikachu and the others when Team Rocket attacks before them, end quote. So once again, that will be for the Togedemaru episode, and then of course with episode 7, that will be focused on Litten, and episode 8 presumably with Lily, and especially with Ash. I'm super excited for that. So let me know your thoughts on all that, you guys. Peace, stay hyped, and as always, best wishes.